So Tesla just released the rear-wheel drive, standard range rear-wheel drive Model Y. And I'm saying, don't buy it. And here's why. I'm sorry, but there's only one reason why you should buy the standard range Model Y, and that's if it's just your commuter car back and forth to work. And if you live in the South as well, or a warmer climate. You're going to see a lot of videos today about the standard range Model Y and also the third row seat. My video is going to be a little different today. My reasoning is about the battery. The all-wheel drive Model Y is rated at 326 miles on a full charge, but we all know not to fully charge our Model Ys or any of our Teslas or any electric vehicle, so you're not going to really get that. Plus, there is some battery degradation. I know people don't like to talk about it, but there is going to be a loss in the battery. So that battery degradation is going to put you down to 319 miles, roughly, just after a few thousand miles. And then you're only going to charge the car to 90%, which is going to give you about 285 miles a day, which is plenty. That's a lot. And it's great for long trips. Superchargers are close, so you can charge fast and get to the next supercharger. That's great. But here's the problem. The standard range, Model Y, 244 miles. So you're already cutting down quite a few miles. With battery degradation, you're probably down to 237, something right around there. That's short term. Long term, you might be down even more. And 90%, you're going to be looking at, between 205 to 210 miles per day. And again, that's great. If it's just a commuter car, you're going back and forth to work, not a problem. The issue that I have with it is when you travel. This cannot be your only car. You either have to have another Tesla or you have to have a gas car. If you plan on taking vacations, go and see family on holidays, weekend trips, and if you're taking kids to different sporting events when those things come back around, you're not going to be able to take this vehicle everywhere. You're going to get stuck, or you're going to have very, very long supercharging stops. So if you're enjoying this video, or even if you're disagreeing with me, please like this video. Liking the video doesn't mean you're not disagreeing with me. Liking the video means that you respect everyone's opinion. You might disagree with what I'm saying, but hope you enjoy this video. I just want to let people know that the experience might be a little different with a standard range, but if you have a standard range Model 3 and have no issues with it, please leave that in the comments down below. I'd like to know if you take long trips in your standard range Model 3. But subscribe to the channel and hit the like button, please. Now, in a Tesla, when you're traveling, and I've traveled quite a bit with my Teslas, and that's all we have is Tesla. Superchargers are between 150 miles, 100 to 150 miles apart from each other. Well, going 70, 80 miles an hour, you're not going to get that full capacity of the battery. So 210 miles, or whatever it is, you're going to get 100 and some miles out of that, 125 running if it's in the wintertime, if you're running very fast, if you have quite a few people in the car, air conditioning, all that cuts down your range. Even with the heat pump, it's still going to cut down your range quite a bit. You're not going to get what the rated range is. I'm not saying you can't get that because people have gone over that, but normal everyday conditions, the way normal people drive, you're not going to get that. To make it to the next supercharger, you're going to have to charge to 80-90%. 80-90% charge at a supercharger is a very, very long time. You're going to hate taking trips in this standard range Model Y. Not saying you can't do it, but you're going to hate it. I've shown this analogy before, but just like a cup, you can take a cup and pour in the water. The very first third of the cup you can pour in really fast. The second third, you have to start slowing down, otherwise you run the risk of overflowing. To fill it up to the top, you're just trickling in that water. Same thing with the battery. You're going to charge that first third very fast, especially with the V3 supercharging. You can charge that pretty quick. It starts to slow down here, and to get to that 70 to 80 to 90%, you're sitting at the supercharger for an hour. Not fun. This is when the wife says, "This is stupid. Let's go back to the gas car." Or if you're with a friend and they're sitting there and they're used to filling up their tank in 5 to 7 minutes, they're going to be talking a lot of crap about your car. Second reason, I don't think it's worth it. I don't think the price is worth what you're getting. And let me break it down. The standard range Model Y is $41,990, basically $42,000. That is a small battery pack and rear wheel drive only. The long range all wheel drive is $8,000 more. Yes, that $8,000 is a lot of money. It used to be the price of a car a long time ago. But anyway, $8,000 you get a large battery, so a lot more range, being able to charge faster. All-wheel drive, which means two motors. If one motor goes out, you can use the other one to get to where you need to. Normally, all-wheel drive systems are valued at about $5,000 to $5,500. That leaves $3,000 to $2,500 for a smaller battery pack. That leaves that $3,000 or $2,500, 82 miles less range, and extremely long supercharging stops. Now, I know why Tesla did this. This is really to get the price lower than the Mach-E. The Mach-E is a very nice car. I don't think it's better than the Tesla at all, especially with the charging networks. I wish Tesla would have just came out with a $43,000 or $44,000 long-range rear-wheel drive, which gives you the range for not much more than what the standard range is, and then you're still not comparing apples to apples. If someone's looking at a Mach-E, they already don't like Tesla. They're not going to buy a Tesla more than likely. So going with the smaller battery pack is really not, I don't think it's really hitting a lot of Tesla owners. Yes, people will buy it. I'm not saying people aren't going to buy it because it's a cheaper price. It's, I guess, a valued Tesla. Unless you need the cargo space, I would say go get the Model 3 version, the standard range version. Yes, I know that you get the premium interior in the Model Y and you have the option to get a third row seat, but the third row seat is very small and that's going to add weight, which is going to cut down your range a little bit. I personally don't think it's a great deal. I would rather wait for the long range rear wheel drive, and hopefully they come out with that soon. They'll probably drop the price of this one and bring the long range in a little bit more than what this is, but I would rather pay $3,000 more for a long-range battery. You're going to have a way better experience, a lot less charging times, and have that range to maybe skip a supercharger. I don't think you're going to be able to skip superchargers very often in the standard range. I think that might be one of the reasons why it's going to be labeled the SRY. The S and the RY, there's going to be another OR in the middle, because you're going to feel sorry for buying this car. I know a lot of people are going to complain about it, but everyone's entitled to their opinion. Range is king. Range is king. Why do you think they're bringing the Model S 400 miles? Why, or the Plaid 500 miles? The Roadster 600 miles? The Semi even longer? Range is king. Everyone knows range is king. So that's my opinion. Hope you enjoyed the video. As always, stay awesome, stay positive, even though this wasn't super positive, but get the all-wheel drive instead. Try to swing the all-wheel drive. Save up a little bit more. Interest rates are low now, so spend a little bit more. Get a little bit better car. I'll catch you on the next one.